Well, you've just released your official new music video for The Flood. If you could, Scott, talk a little bit about the creation of the song.
It goes back a long time. We started writing the song, what, like late 2019, Josh, I think, or something like that.
No,
2020. It
yeah,
was a
I had the
while
riff.
back.
I had the original riff down a while back, and then I think after our guitar player Brad passed away, I think I started putting that together. I think the day or two after he passed away, I started putting like all the verses and the intros on there and stuff like that. And then we pretty much spent what all last year putting it together.
Mhm.
I think. Yeah, we kept going back to it. So we were recording an album with Ricky Armelino from Ice Nine Kills. So we were working on that. So we kind of kept ping ponging back and forth to that song. So it took about 6 months to kind of hash it out.
Yeah, because we took a break from it when we started working with Ricky, and we were working
Mhm.
with other songs, and then we got back and we decided to pull it up, and I don't think it had vocals at that point. So I'm like, oh, let me play around with it, put some melodies on it, and I threw like a verse and the chorus that's actually on the song right now. That was kind of the thing. Like, oh man, that chorus melody is like it's a good hook. Like we like this melody, so like, all right, let's take it and see where it goes. And we finished out the song, and then that's when we got a hold of Morgan, and we went out to him to kind of showed him what we were kind of trying to do, and he made a couple changes here and there, and it just like it made this song explode after that. Like, oh, this is exactly what we were trying to do. So yeah, that's kind of how it went. It just a long process, and then kind of molded into what it is today.
What kind of fan reaction have you been receiving? It's only been out here maybe a couple days at this point.
Mhm. Yeah, no, it's been great. I mean, it's made our YouTube channel because we're still kind of small on YouTube. We've released a couple videos, but nothing too like consecutively. So we weren't expecting a whole bunch of reaction out the gate. But I mean, our YouTube fan base has grown considerably since we released it, and we've been getting lots of great comments and feedback, and just people saying they enjoyed the song. And I was happy to hear that a lot of people were fans of the lyrics of the song. I was like, oh yeah, I like hearing that. It makes me feel like I did my job right. If connecting with people.
Yeah, I think that everyone can relate to, the struggles of our life and the things that tend to bring us down and make us feel like we're being swallowed whole. So is that what you really feel like people have been connecting with when it comes to the song, that it's sort of an everyman's journey, so to speak?
Yeah, I think it is because I mean the theme of the song is really like the flood is just kind of symbolic, is like just everything that's looming ahead of us, just like everything in our lives, even the fact that we're all going to die someday. It's like there's this huge looming darkness ahead of it, and we know it's coming. There's nothing. This is how we kind of connected back to Brad too, is we knew his health conditions, we knew there was risk involved, we knew what could happen at any time, but still like standing strong. And even though you're going to lose, just you're still continuing to do what you do because that's who you are and that's what you love to do. So just kind of standing strong in the face of adversity is, I think that's what people have been connecting with the most.
Yeah, and I think, yeah, because I think when Brad passed away, that was the realest shit I've ever had to go through. Everybody loses like grandparents and stuff like that, and fuck even parents, but like with that, I mean, that was somebody our age, right? A few years younger, and I mean, we spent almost every day together. So that was like that song. Yeah, Scotty nailed those lyrics, and I think it was just the realest thing we kind of ever walked into. And what's really crazy, and I think what's really helped push this song is, we just the two features on it. One, Morgan was, we'd done a lot of shows with them, and I mean, we're good with them, but I mean, we've gotten a lot tighter over this last year, especially going on tour with him. But having him, that was Brad's favorite musician. So to have him reach out to us and be like, let's do a song. And then it was that one was pretty awesome. And then having Blake Bedsall from Saul on it, who we've done a lot of stuff with and we're huge fans of as well. His brother, the reason I don't know, but him and Zach from Saul, their brother died in 2009, I think of H1N1. So like to have him come on, that also had an impact in his life like that was pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Poor dude had to drive through a blizzard to record it.
Oh my God, I know.
He made it. So just
okay.
all those big names, you know what I mean? All those prominent people in the industry coming together to do a song with us for, our little brother was pretty awesome. And I think a lot of people are catching that and starting to like really react to that. So
Yeah, there's a lot of emotions and feelings built into this song, and this song was written like, we're so glad that Blake could come out too, because it was written kind of as like there's me in the first verse and then Blake in the second verse, and then we kind of in the chorus, we kind of blend together. And I really like that because it kind of tells a story of like, here's one person and what he's going through, and here's a completely different person going through something else, but we can both relate on the similar issue. And I feel like that comes in through the song well, and you can feel the emotions and pretty much the entire thing.
Josh, when it comes to writing music, do you guys need to have music before, or when it comes to writing a song, I should say, do you need to have music before you guys work on the lyrics, or does it kind of change from song to song?
that's you know what's crazy about this question is that that is probably the number one question I just get from everybody, like especially like just like everyday like fans, things like that. Usually, so kind of how I put it is like usually all our stuff usually starts with music. I mean, I would say, Scott back me on this, but I throw everything against kind of the wall and see what Scotty picks up. So I'll write 3 or 4 ideas and he might grab 1 or 2 of them, and then we'll evolve it from there. I would say it always starts with the music, and then from there, then we kind of teeter-totter off of each other and start like writing around vocals and stuff like that. But it usually starts with like, I try to write like either like an intro into a verse or a verse into a chorus and get some sort of a segment to make sure Scotty can write over it, and then we go from there. So I would say we like quarter bake it, and then we build it out, architect it.
Yep. Usually like he'll have a riff or just some kind of cool, just something to set in motion is usually what I'm looking for, something that kind of sets a tone or a mood. And then I'll try to find like a good progression to kind of sing over. And then usually I'll send him like I'll just kind of like scat over like just so I could get a melody down and send him that, like, you like this, you think it's catchy. And then once we find like a decent melody, we kind of evolve the song from there. And then once the mood really settles in and we understand where the song's going, then I'll go in and I'll take those melodies and write lyrics to them. And then it's just a refinement process from there on out.
Yeah. Then everybody always gets thrown off by that, like the humming, like he'll hum a melody or like mumble a melody. And like, so what's funny is like me writing music, like from being a guitar player, like I don't know. I only know half the lyrics to our songs, I think. Like when I hear music and I hear other guitar players say that, like when I hear music, even when I like some of my favorite like all-time songs, like I hear the voice or I hear the vocalist as a melody. Like I never really hear the lyrics behind the song. I hear it as a melody, and that's kind of what I hook onto.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's what we're trying to do. Like the melody is like the king in the songs. Like we're trying to find that melody that feels good, that's catchy, and that hooks. And then we go in, and this is something that we learned from Ricky, that he helped kind of instill in us, is to, find the melody, find what you're looking for, and then write around that melody. So like I said, we'll find it vocally. There's no words. I'll just make up. It'll be gibberish sometimes, as long as we can hear that melody, and then we'll go in and refine it from there.
How much of a say then do you guys tend to have when it comes to the production side of the music you make?
Oh man, up until recently, everything.
Yeah. We did everything ourselves for years, and we still do the majority of stuff ourselves. But this is the first time we actually worked with like a producer like Ricky. And the kind of process was we had a lot of songs written, and we brought them to him, and he picked the ones that he wanted to work with himself, and then we went through and pretty much rewrote everything with him, and just kind of a group writing experience from there, which was awesome. We learned so much from him, and it was exactly what we needed, because like I said, we've done it all on our own for so long, so we only knew our way of doing things. And then working with Ricky and seeing his process and what he does, just it kind of made us evolve and become better songwriters along the way.
Yeah, I think that was the first time I realized how much I didn't know.
Yeah,
was walking with Carmelino. I mean, that guy's actually like, he's brilliant, and he's so quick, and he understands music inside and out. Like he could write a book on it. But yeah, he had a big hand in the direction of how we took the songs we gave to him and stuff like that. So it was actually, for me, I'm a control freak, so it was hard at first, but then once I started hearing it all come together, I'm like, all right, this is good. This makes sense. And now we're sitting on a great album. We're really excited about.
Yeah, I've never been more proud of an album that we've done. There he is. Told you come down. What's up, hero?
That's a perfect segue actually into my next question, which is there a full album or an EP coming for you guys soon?
Yeah, so how we're doing it. Oh, you want to go?
Go ahead.
I was going to say, so we're sitting on a full album that we did with Ricky Armelino. We have the one song we just did with Morgan and Blake, The Flood. So what we're going to do is we're probably going to spread it out over, I mean, the theory is we're going to spread it out over the year. So we're probably going to do about 3 5-song EPs spread out. And then those will all build up to one full length album. So we didn't want to keep everybody, like the fans, waiting forever. And then we also didn't want to just drop something and then have nothing else to release. So we're kind of spreading it out. Hey, man. Sorry, my kid just busted in. Remember, I said I was in the one safe room in the house that nobody could get into.
There's no safe room, kid.
So over the next 12 months, we'll have 3 EPs coming out, which will pretty much blend into one full length.
Next year, not next month.
I'm sorry, next month, next year. So yeah, over the next 12 months.
We're just gonna throw out 5 EPs in the next couple of days, you know.
So yeah, I think we're
The label just wants us to bang it out that fast.
3 5-song EPs. So we're still gonna do some more work with Ricky. We're gonna do some more work with Morgan, and then we're just gonna do releases in between. So
yep.
You guys are headed out here now on tour with Sevendust. Are you looking forward to performing songs off of any of the upcoming EPs, or are you kind of keeping them under the hat for now?
So excited. Oh my God. The second we got done with these songs, I was like, I never want to play our old stuff ever again. I was so happy with it. And I've been like just pushing everybody, like, learn the songs. So yeah, we'll be playing 4 songs off the EP, and then a couple of our older tunes too. So yeah, I'm super excited to play these new songs. I wish we could play all of them, but we had to wind it down just a couple.
Are there any particular stops along this tour that you're most looking forward to performing at?
Oh, Times Square, Palladium, right?
Yeah.
New Orleans.
I'm excited to go to Maine too, so I can raid Stephen King's house and just say, I love you so much. I read all your books.
That's actually a funny one, because like there's places on there, like we both love traveling, and there's places on there that I probably wouldn't have bought a plane ticket to, which this sounds terrible. If people from Maine are listening or read this, they're going to hate us. But like, I prioritize stuff over Maine, but I've always wanted to go to Maine. So like we get to see Maine, right? Charleston, South Carolina is another one. New York City is another one. I think I've been to
New Orleans. Fillmore, New Orleans is I'm really excited for too.
Yeah, that one's gonna be awesome. And New Orleans is my favorite city. So yeah, that one's gonna be a blast. And that's our last stop. So we'll get to spend a little extra time there if we want to.
And celebrate, of course. And celebrate, of course.
Yeah.
You guys have done a couple of collabs so far on some tracks. Are you hoping to maybe collaborate with some particular artists in the future, or maybe even meet some on here on this tour that you would like to entice into working with you at some point?
Ooh.
Yeah, absolutely. We've already talked about working. We have a couple of people in mind for some of the songs coming up off our EP, because kind of what we wanted to do, because Josh said, like, we're going to drop probably 3 EPs leading up to the album, but in between those EPs, we kind of wanted to drop some extra material just for people to listen to in the downtime. So we like to do, we've done with our older stuff too, like the Sirens remix that we did. I was always a huge fan of Linkin Park's 3 album growing up. And I was like the only person who listened to that. And I was like, oh, you guys heard this new Linkin Park album? Like, oh, isn't that just the same as Hybrid Theory? Like, no, it's way cooler. But anyway, I was always a fan of what they did, just kind of taking their songs and reimagining them as different styles even. So we have some plans to take a few songs off each EP and do like an alternate version, feature some other artists, even like in the EDM space or techno space, and some in other different kinds of styles, just to kind of try some new ways with the songs that we have while we're getting ready for the next release.
Who would be? I'm curious. Who would, if you had to pick one vocalist to bring in, though? Who would it be?
You asking me?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. One vocal. Oh, dude.
Sorry, I'm taking over this interview. I'm just curious to answer a question. Like,
Oh my god. If I could get Vessel from Sleep Token, oh my god,
really?
I would lose my mind. I love that dude's voice and everything about it. That's like all I've been listening to lately is Sleep Token, by the way. Yeah, I think if I had to pick, I'd pick him.
Be ready for a very specific tour playlist while you guys are on, with a bus getting to these stops. Scott has like a preset playlist now already in his mind.
Yeah, I'm ready to go. Furiously writing down names.
You know what's funny? Like, man,
Don't
Scott probably does. I don't listen to music. I don't listen to music anymore. It's nuts.
Oh,
I listen to like sports talk radio in my car, and I listen to like the news when I'm like, or I listen to like 1930s jazz while I'm cooking. Like my brain gets so mush from because all we're doing is music. Like I'll have times where I'll listen to like new stuff coming out and stuff like that, or I'll throw stuff on, but I don't listen to a lot of music at the moment. I haven't for the last year and a half.
I'm with you. I'm much more picky than I used to. I mean, I used to just listen to everything that come out, always be listening to stuff. But you're right. Like we work so much on our own songs, and just it's constantly like listening and intense listening, like listening for what we need to fix in our mixes, and just always going through it. But there's certain bands, man, like just
I'll say Bad
I'll
Omens.
go to
Bad Omens is their new album's like that's been my repeat album. Album on repeat.
I've been doing Bad Omens, Spirit Box, Sleep Token, and the new Coheed album. Like that's all I've been going to. And then just listening to our stuff and kind of doing our mix stuff. But that's really all I've been listening to.
Yeah. Yeah, Bad Omens and Spirit Box would be the big two, I think, for me. I'm still a little stuck on Pop Evil's last album too.
Dude, Pop Evil's new songs are so good.
Dude, so good.
I love them.
So good. Those guys are great guys, too. They're absolutely amazing. And their new shit is phenomenal.
Yeah, Eye of the Storm is a nasty riff.
Yeah, it is.
Well, what would you guys like to say then? Maybe Scott, if you could talk for the band and say, what would you like to tell everyone who are fans and supporters of the incredible music you guys make?
Of us? Oh, I feel like we're pretty simple. I mean, we're just a group of friends and guys that just get up there and don't take ourselves too seriously and have a good time. And we've always said, like from the beginning, like all we want to do is have fun with just ourselves and our fans, and just write cool music that's fun to listen to. And that's it. And just throw down hard live. That's all we love doing. So I mean, I'd say we're just fun, simple guys and just like to hang out.
We're a bunch of idiots.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and it
we'll make
really
you laugh though. Usually, we'll make you laugh at least. Dustin will for sure make you laugh.
Sounds like a great live show coming up.
Yes, yeah, we're a good time. It's fun.